What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Between the Lines podcast. I'm your host, Mason, aka Mace Y, and today we're digging into a song I've been holding on to for a year or so now, titled July Baby. It's my new single, and I'm really excited to dig into the lyrics, meaning, production behind it. Let's get into it. This song is structured as, a really long verse, a chorus, or another long verse, and a chorus. But it was really just a way for me to vent. This song came from, I guess, a spiral. I don't really know. It was just me kind of spewing some feelings I had about who I was and how I was interacting with the people around me, and this is what came out of it. So the first verse, I'm going to try and just dig into these verses as I feel they need to be explained. So it starts out, I can't tell if I was sheltered or raised right. Really, it don't matter because I still struggle some late nights. Really, it don't matter because I'm so used to dim lights. Really, it don't matter, I'm always wrestling in my mind. So I grew up in a Christian household. My parents did a great job raising me. Sometimes I wonder if I was sheltered. Sometimes I wondered if I was just raised right. And I don't know which is which, honestly. But, struggle some late nights. I feel like nights, and I talk about this in a lot of other songs, nights just get the worst out of me. They bring the worst out of me, and that's why I try to go to bed early because I have a history of the nighttime not being good for my mental health. Being used to dim lights, I've had to go to a lot of funerals, and they have a lot of funerals. They have a lot of dim lights at funerals, and so that's kind of what that's about. It's just I'm so used to dimmer lighting because I've had dimmer, darker moments of my life that I can recall. I'm always wrestling in my mind. That's just me talking about how I do wrestle with in my mind. It's just something I'm dealing with, and I know that one's something everyone's dealing with. We all have some wrestles in our mind. Then I say you can pick and choose your friends, but you can't pick and choose your family. These jeans could make or break me, and I think they've been doing more breaking than making. Maybe I could say my family's crazy. I still love them. They raised me, taught me since I was a baby to stay strong, keep praying that Jesus saved me. So this is me just, and I think at the time we had some, quote unquote family drama. But with that beside, even just looking at anyone's family and mine specifically, I could say, oh, my genes, they definitely affect parts of us, not the whole, but parts of us, and it, we have to see the worst and the best in all the people around us to then be better than them, is how I see it. So this just talks about how, my family, they're crazy, but they taught me to love God and to keep praying and that Jesus saved me. And so thanks to them, I was raised in this kind of faith that I believe is true, and I've done my own research to lean on. Then I continue. Got baptized in August. I'm still a July baby. Don't care how old I am. Still my mama's baby. Still my dad's son. I'm always here for my brothers, no matter how young or how old we are. Always be there for my fam and my friends too, because really it's all one and the same to me. I hope you know I love you all, even though I make a lot of mistakes. So to wrap up this verse, it just talks about, the people I love in my life, how even if I'm growing up, even if times are changing or anything like that, I'm still there for them, no matter what. And I'm still my mama's a baby. I'm still my dad's son. I'm still there for my brothers. I'm there for my friends and my family. Because really, sometimes friends feel more like family than family can. And I'll always ride for any of them as long as I can. So that's what that ends. And then it ends with, even though I make a lot of mistakes. Hope you know I love you even though I make a lot of mistakes. And that's just a truth. I hope that even in my imperfections, they see the love I have for them by the way I treat them. And then the chorus says, yeah, I'm a July baby. Feel like a cancer to your life lately. Won't you stay here with me through thick and thin, and I'll hold you down till my life ends. So, feel like a cancer to your life. That is a really hard way to put it, but in the time of writing this, I definitely felt that way. I was not doing great, and I was struggling, and I wanted to write this song to the people in my life and just tell them, hey, I'm struggling, and I want you to know that I'm here for you, even if I'm struggling. But feel like a cancer to your life, Cancer is also the astrological sign for July, and I'll get into this in a minute. I don't believe in astrology as a Christian. I just don't believe in that stuff. But I felt like it was cool wordplay, so I threw it in there. Won't you stay with me through thick and thin? I'll hold you down to my life ends. That's again just me professing my care and my love for all of the people in my life. Won't you stay here with me through thick and thin while I'm struggling, and I'll hold you down till my life ends. I'm a July baby, feel like a cancer to your life lately. Some days you don't see that I'm struggling, but I know you'll love me even when I sin. And that's just talking about how, they don't always see my struggles. Sometimes I have a decent poker face enough to hide what I'm going through, but I know they love me even when I sin, even when I fail. Not only because we are all sinners and because we all fail, but because they have continuously shown me grace and love in those times. And then we get into the second verse. No, I don't subscribe to astrological signs, baby, but if it could explain what's going on in my mind, maybe. Nah, I'm just broken. That's just what it is. And still you love me. Man, I thought you'd be running thin. So I'd say there, I don't subscribe to astrological signs. I don't believe in that stuff. And I kind of hint at but maybe if it could explain what's going on, and then I cut that off because the truth is, astrology does not tell us what's wrong with us. We know what's wrong with us in our struggles and in our pain because we're broken, we're sinful, and there's a curse on this world that is because of sin. And that's just what it is what I say. No, I'm just broken. That's just what it is. Still, the people in my life love me, though I thought they'd be running thin. I thought I'd do so much as to lose their love, and I haven't. And that's a beautiful thing. And then I continue, because I don't think I'm good for anybody I'm around. My friends don't understand that when they say I'm not funny, that's the quickest way to bring me down. Which I'll just stop there and explain that. I've always wanted to be a funny guy. My uncles, my dad, my friends, they've always been really funny to me, and I've always strived to be just as funny as them, at least a little bit. And I feel like I'm not a funny guy, and being told you're not funny just kind of hurts. And I definitely wrestled with that, and I'm doing a lot better at not letting that bring me down as much. But writing that, I definitely felt like, oh man, like they hate me if they think I'm not funny, and that's just not true. I'm just not a great joke teller, and that's okay. And then it continues. Trying to keep my disposition sunny, but my mood changes when the moon's out or it gets cool out. I'm a July baby, really, I can't handle the fall. I like to feel the sun's rays on me. Soon as the temp drops, up goes my emotional walls till I'd give all my time to any of the homies if they call. I talk about how, whether it's at night when the moon comes out or whether it's during the fall or winter, the cooler seasons, I just struggle mentally. And it's just kind of a pattern that I've noticed in my life where those moments just really bring me down. And it's something I'm working on regulating, I guess, but it's something I'm noticing for sure. And so that's just what I talk about, soon as temp drops, up goes my emotional walls. I like to feel the sun's rays on me. All these things kind of connect to this idea of you don't see my struggle, but I'm noticing that this is where I struggle, and I'm being open about that. But still, even if I put up emotional walls, I'd give my time to anybody who calls. And then I continue. Maybe it's genetics, maybe it's my birth date, maybe I'll never understand what's going on up in my brain. But what I do understand is I'm emotional, sensitive, and a broken human in need of God, man. And, this is me trying to figure out what was wrong with me. And maybe my birth date does play a part. Maybe my genetics do play a part, and I believe they do. I don't know so much about the birth date thing, but genetics for sure. Maybe I'll never understand completely, and that's okay. What I do understand is I am an emotional man, and I learned that quick, and I'm learning to regulate my emotions. I'm a sensitive person to what others say about me or to me, and I'm working again on regulating and not letting that overtake me. And I'm a broken human, as we all are, in need of God. And so I wrap it up with just those three things that kind of touch on why I may struggle so much in the ways that I do. And then the chorus plays again, and the song ends. The production of the song was pretty simple. It's just a pad, some cool drums that I worked up, and I think that's about it. I don't remember if there was much else. I know that it was pretty simple, and I really enjoy this song. I think it's a really good way for me to express myself. I think it's one of the first songs that really opened up the well for me to actually start talking about real stuff and not just regurgitate the same thing over and over, which I felt like I was doing for a while. But now I wrote that, and I was like, okay, this is raw, this is real, this is the kind of music I want to make. And this led to this new era of stuff that you've been hearing and will hear more of. This was kind of the opening of that a couple years ago. That is July Baby, a song about me being open with my struggles and trying to figure out who I am and why I am the way I am. And a song written to my friends, my family, and to you. And without further ado, here is the song, July Baby. Yeah. I can't tell if I was sheltered or raised right. Really it don't matter cause I still struggle some late nights. Really it don't matter cause I'm so used to dim lights. Really it don't matter, I'm always wrestling in my mind. You can pick and choose your friends but can't pick and choose your family. These jeans can make or break me, and I think they've been doing more breaking and making. Maybe I could say my family's crazy, I still love them. They raised me, taught me since I was a baby to stay strong and keep praying. Jesus save me, got baptized in August, I'm still a July baby. Don't care how old I am, I'm still my mama's baby. I'm still my dad's son, I'm always there for my brothers no matter how young or how old we are. I'm always there for my fam and my friends too, cause really it's all one and the same to me. I hope you know I love you all, even though I make a lot of mistakes. Yeah, I'm a July baby. Feel like a cancer to your life lately. Won't you stay here with me through thick and thin, and I'll hold you down until my life ends. I'm a July baby. Feel like a cancer to your life lately. Some days you don't see that I'm struggling, but I know you still love me even when I sin. I don't subscribe to astrological signs, baby, but if it could explain what's going on in my mind, maybe. Nah, I'm just broken, that's just what it is. And still you love me, man, I thought you'd be running thin, cause I don't think I'm good for anybody I'm around. My friends don't understand that when they say I'm not funny, that's the quickest way to bring me down. Trying to keep my disposition sunny, but my mood changes when the moon's out or it gets cool out. I'm a July baby, really, I can't handle the fall. I like to feel the sun's rays on me. Soon as temp drops up goes my emotional wall. Still I'd give all my time to anybody that call. Maybe it's genetics, maybe it's my birthday, maybe I'll never understand what's going on up in my brain. But what I do understand is I'm emotional, sensitive, and a broken human in need of God, man. Yeah, I'm a July baby, and I feel like a cancer to your life lately. Won't you stay here with me through thick and thin, and I'll hold you down until my life ends. Cause I'm a July baby. Feel like a cancer to your life lately. Some days you don't see I'm struggling, but I know you still love me even when I sin. Yeah, I know you still love me. I know you still love me. I feel like a cancer to your life, but I know you still love me. Yeah. Thank you again for tuning in to this episode of the Between the Lines podcast. I'm your host, Mason, aka Mace Y. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Mace_Y_. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.